Hi and welcome to my round of Ruminations. So it's Tuesday, the dust has settled after the general election, and what can we take away from it? I'm sick of seeing people saying that it's a seismic shift or it's a crashing down of establishment parties. It's nothing of the sort. Labour got a spanking, but they didn't get the same kind of drubbing that the Greens got when they went out of government. Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil are basically on an even footing, and all the other minority characters are in the background, where as far as Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil are concerned, they belong. I'm recording this on Thursday, so I still don't know if they'll have managed to put together a programme for government by this date, but I doubt it, considering the election of the Taoiseach isn't due for a while yet either. It's just crazy. Now here's the thing. Everyone is going, the voters, they betrayed themselves. No, they didn't. I get why voters voted Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil primarily. And that reason is a very simple but very relevant reason, and that is people in general are frightened of change. And they're frightened of change for a very good reason. Change is usually traumatic. This country's been through a big trauma in the last 10 years, an immense trauma. And you have an entire generation of new parents who just want tomorrow to be much like today, so that they can plan, for feeding their families, for putting their kids through school. And if there is a huge change and a huge shift, who's to say that they would be able to? Likewise, business people. Right now, even though the business climate is tough, it's a climate in which they can work. They're not necessarily going to vote for change either. They want tomorrow to be much like yesterday so they can plan their tax year. It's that simple. Civil servants definitely want yesterday to be much the same as today, and tomorrow to be much the same as today. Definitely, because again, with civil servants, and I'm not talking about the elected class of civil servants, I'm talking about the people who are employees of the state. Change generally means civil servants lose their jobs. And in civil servants, I'm including people like council workers, because they are essentially civil servants, they work for the state. I'm including people like fire brigades and Gardaí. They're all employees of the state, and they want things to be much the same today as they were yesterday, for the simple reason it gives them job security. Like I said, I can understand why people voted for establishment parties. The problem is, in Ireland, our establishment parties are basically identical. There's two centre-right parties. Aside from slight cultural changes, their political aspirations and goals are basically identical. What is it going to mean for us in the next 4 years? I honestly don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up having a second snap election. That's being honest. I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up having 3 or 4 snap elections this year. I genuinely would not be surprised. But in all honesty, I would rather that and have a strong opposition than Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil go into coalition and there essentially be no opposition. Interesting times, and I am so sick of living in interesting times. Anywho, I'm done for today. Subnautica tomorrow, and talk to you all again soon. Bye, and don't panic.